Another interesting concept that Jason Kenney has put forth, which I think is great, and I was so skeptical when I read it because I thought, that's not the Jason Kenney I've come to know, but the replication of what they do in some of the states in California, one for instance, where the people we can go online and post an important issue scenario. If there's enough votes for it, then it will go on the next ballot basically as a referendum, and it will dictate to our government, our politicians, as to what direction we want things to go. Now, with that said, under the California rules, as I understand it, and again, I'm not saying I'm an expert here, so if I quote something a little bit inaccurately, just by all means correct me. But I think under the California guidelines, 10% of whatever their previous election turnout was needs to be the amount of votes given to this particular issue that somebody might put forth that needs to be put on the next election bill or election referendum. So if somebody puts up an issue and the total number of people that agree with it equal or exceed 10% of the last election's voting turnout, then that particular issue will go on to the next voting poll as a form of a referendum. I think it's a great idea. I'm very skeptical, though. I've already heard rumor that Jason Kenney, instead of using 10%, is looking at 60, 70, 80%, or whatever. He's looking at some extreme numbers that are very unrealistic and unattainable. And I would think on top of that, just knowing politicians, if it all passed and it all looked good, then the next problem would be, how do you enforce it? How do you put it into place? So if we put an issue up, we vote on it, we agree it needs to be changed, we agree we want this enacted, good luck. How are you going to get a politician to do it? They sit on their asses and do nothing. So I love what he's proposed. I'm very, very skeptical that it'll ever come to fruition.